Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 4 review of series number 8. Series number 8 is the Outlaw Line by Tough Guy Chew. So I have been working from the newest release back to the oldest, so this is actually the first release in the Outlaw line, and it will be of the Wild Watermelon, which came out in early 2017. So let's take a look at the packaging. That is a high gloss metal lid. The only thing raised is the boxed rim and the white Outlaw emblem. Everything else is flat to the can. Got Outlaw branding. The flavor and the fact that it is a 1.2 ounce net weight can. Barcode. Manufacturer's information. More Outlaw branding. And the flavor branding. And the warning label. There is nothing on the back of the can. This stuff is made small batch, and it does not keep terribly long. So there really is no point in doing a date code on one of these. So there isn't one. Manufacturer's information. It is 100% American grown tobacco. It is manufactured by Ace Moist Snuff Incorporated of Hicksville, New York. That is on Long Island, a little bit out on the island from New York City. It's within an hour drive, heavy traffic of Queens. So, this is the first product that I can honestly say that it's still sealed and I can smell it through the seal. Now, I'm not a huge watermelon fan, and I'm having a feeling this is going to be a little more candy than I can deal with, but I am interested in this. This is something I have not had before. The only one out of the Outlaw line that I had had before was the Lucky Lipper, which, by the way, is still hanging in there. It is good, and so is the bourbon. So as far as product souring, the only one that I took a loss on was the Southern Sweet Tea of the first review, which was really good. Just for the record, it was really good. It's just that during the review, when I opened it for that review, it must have started going bad as soon as it hit air. So, wow, that is some moist stuff. There is moisture, beaded moisture on the lid. Okay. It's watermelon overload. I can't even, wow. Oh my goodness. It is super moist. It is very dark. And I'm just going to show you. That is exactly what it looks like in person. Minus, you're not getting the glistening specks on the camera. In person, this stuff is actually, it looks like it's got tiny beads of water in it, on it. So this is why I don't stand up for a person that was asking. And also, this is proof that I am fully clothed during these. Okay, khakis, see, there you go. And that is why, because it takes me a minute to find the camera when I am standing up. So I'm going to take a pinch of this, and then I'm definitely going to have to hit the pause button because my hand is going to be an absolute wreck. I will show you a pinch, though. Oh. Yeah. I'll be back in a minute. Wow. Is it still? Yeah, it's still going. Damn it. And I am back. All right. Again, it's really good. I don't even like watermelon really, and this is still really good. Candy wise, Timberwolf or Longhorn Peach has nothing on this. In fact, it is so candy-ish. Number one, I could never dip this on a daily basis, but it is really good. Like as a dessert dip, it's excellent. This is something that is so candy-like that I don't know if Tough Guy could ever actually sell this in brick and mortar shops, because I am sure the government would be all over that in a hurry, that they were marketing to kids. And although I don't think they would ever do that, I could see if kids caught on to this, it becoming a thing. That said, nicotine is there, which would also make it a thing. It is comparable flavor-wise to some of the more outlandish good vape juices. Let me put it that way. You see what I mean? It's really good. It's really, now whether this can will keep, I don't know. But the flavor is excellent. The smell off the can is good. I don't even like watermelon, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've never been a watermelon candy person, or Jolly Ranchers, anything like that. I don't particularly hate it for any reason. It's just not something, nicotine's there, spits well, juices up well. Nicotine's definitely there. It is not as tingly as the first two. The Lucky Lipper and the Sweet Tea were really, if you touch the stuff with your tongue would start tingling. This and the Badass Bourbon, not so much, but it's definitely still there. The nicotine is definitely present, and it is high. So the packaging is good. Okay, it's a nice metal lid. I mean, I'm not a big fan of this. I've said in the other reviews of the whole skull logo and whatnot. Nor am I a fan of some of like the font, some of the letterings in. But in general, overall, it is a nice looking can. It is, The back is a durable plastic, also good. The bands are rubbery, but they cut okay. They cut fine. Flavors smell good, as I said. The cut, it's a fine cut chew. It's a fine cut loose leaf. Okay, for me, it pinches really good. Now, that may be because of the cut, and it also is definitely because of the moisture levels. In the mouth, it's very comfortable, very soft. But for me, it stays together. It doesn't, you don't get floaters going all over. It stays together, but it does spread out for me. And definitely if I keep it up front. A couple of the last reviews I did, after I was done recording, I moved it back up front, and it by itself basically horseshoed around and just kept going. And my other problem with me anyway, and this may just be me because of my teeth, it's not like strands. It's like flat pieces of loose leaf that's just cut real small. It works in every time I dip this or Tough Guy, I have to floss afterwards because I got something going on in my mouth afterwards, like, what the hell is that? That said, the Outlaw stuff, which I'm fairly new to except for the Lucky Lipper, and the Tough Guy, as dessert dips go, there's nothing really they make that I could dip on a daily basis, and that's the problem. Because the stuff doesn't keep even in a deep freezer, like that time I bought a roll of the orange Tough Guy, I love that stuff, but that's not something I'm going to be dipping every day. You know, it's just, you know. Anyway, no complaints with any of this stuff except for the issues with it keeping. Okay, I'll see how this one goes, and I will let you guys know via a video or whatnot. Not a separate video, but in something else. So really, it checks everything except for keeping. And that's a big problem. That is a big problem. And, you know, I'll talk about more in the series wrap-up. This stuff, wild watermelon, flavor's good. Nicotine's there. Pinches really, really well. Extremely moist. Stays together, although it does flatten out. Packaging's good. It's a little bit on the pricey side for some people. In my area, $5 really isn't that crazy. But I realize some people that are out, you know, outside of metropolitan area, that can be a little pricey. But really, you don't need to buy a lot of them. I can't imagine anybody dipping this on a daily basis. That and the company does not seem to matter how small the order is. I thought after a couple times over the last couple of years, like, they're going to know me as the guy that orders like 3 or 4 cans and that's it. They don't seem to care. So, only order what you're going to use, and hopefully any problems with stuff going bad, like right off the mark, will be resolved, you know, very shortly. So, if you like watermelon, you got to give this a try. I can't see how you couldn't. I like it, and I'm, you know, I can take or leave watermelon. That's, yeah. I couldn't even tell you the last time I had real watermelon. So this has been the review of Outlaw's Wild Watermelon. It is the final entry in the Outlaw series. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&Chew Guy. Check out Berg's Dip Reviews, who has been revisiting products. Winnington Outdoor, which is doing the Camel Snooze series. And Dirty Pat Walsh, which has been doing a lot of sort of like story themed about his musical adventures, touring and whatnot. But he also does dip reviews, chew reviews, and does quite a bit of actual music playing. So check out those guys. Oh, and No Bluff Buff, which subscribed to me just in the last day or so, actually has a channel. A lot of it seems to be truck related, like industry truck driving related, but he did just do a review on WB Long Cut, which not a lot of people know. I believe Berg's a number of years ago did a review, but he can be found in my comments section over the last day or so. All right, so guys, do take care of yourselves. I'll be back shortly with a series wrap up. God bless.